Hi, my name's Madeline, and I am here to do my introduction video for our discussion board for our class. I'm going to use the questions that were posted as a guide. I think they're really great questions to help explain who I hope to become as a professional social worker. So to start with, the population that I'm most interested in working with is individuals suffering from addiction. I'm also interested in working with domestic violence survivors. I don't have experience with that population yet, but I hope to gain experience soon. For specific age groups, I hope to work with children and teenagers. Next, any client populations that I may have resistance in working with. So for me, I don't think there's a specific client or population that I have resistance in working with because I don't want to work with them. I think it's more so that I don't have experience working with them. So for me, that would be adults. I just don't have a lot of experience working with adults. And when you think about it, there's so many different ages you could work with. Someone who's 25, 30, 40, 60. It's such a big age gap between potential clients that it's just something I haven't had experience doing yet. So that is definitely the population that I would be resistant in working with right now. But I think with knowledge, time, and experience, I will gain so much information and become comfortable working with that population. Next, I currently see myself going into the micro level of social work. So my long-term goal is to become a therapist in LCSW. I hope to work one-on-one with clients and provide therapy services. So definitely the micro level of social work. Next, my experience in social work so far. So I did an internship with CVS Health doing case management services. So I learned all the ins and outs of case management. It was such a great experience for me. Next, I did my undergraduate field placement at the Medical Center at Bowling Green. With that, I did discharge planning on the oncology floor. So I worked a lot with different medical professionals, doing a lot of collaboration. So I was always collaborating with different professionals. So it was a really good time for me to learn how to professionally collaborate with others. I learned skills that I can use in my life no matter where I end up working. So it was definitely a great experience, and I learned so many social work skills as well. Lastly, I work at Rivendell Behavioral Health Hospital right now. I'm an MHA, so I'm a mental health associate there. When I'm there, I'm typically working with teenagers and children. So I think that's why I'm most comfortable working with children and teenagers, is because that's who I work with at Rivendell. But I absolutely love working at Rivendell. It is so much fun, and I have learned so many new things. I really do learn something new every day. And it's just a great experience for me, a real life social work experience that I've had. And I'm very grateful for that. Next, the challenges that I perceive to exist in rural social work. So I'm not really from a rural area. I don't have experience working in an area like that yet. But when I think of it, the challenges that would come to mind when thinking about rural social work and areas would be, having transportation, having access to resources, and knowledge of resources. And I think all three of those kind of go together. So with that, you have like, maybe you have a lack of resources of the knowledge. Maybe you don't know much about the resources. Maybe you know so much about them, but you don't have transportation to get from point A to point B. If you're in Bowling Green, maybe your appointment is in Bowling Green and you live 30 minutes away. It might be hard having the transportation to get there or having gas money, things like that. So I think the challenges would definitely be transportation, access to resources, and knowledge of resources. I'm sure there's so many more, but that's what I think of right now, but I hope to learn more about the challenges. Lastly, the strengths that I see in rural communities. So when you think of communities that are rural, you think about close-knit, really warm and just supportive communities. And to me, those are the strengths that come to mind. I think of close-knit, very tight-knit families and communities and just very supportive individuals. And I feel like with that, you become very determined and very willing to get help and find resources and get information. So I think those are the strengths that I think of. And I'm sure that there are so many more strengths, and I hope to learn so many more of them. But I think the strengths that I'm thinking of right now are strengths of that community. And I think that those are really, really great strengths to have. So that's my introduction video. I'm so excited to have class with you all and learn so much. And I can't wait to watch your videos. So that's it. Have a good night.